So let me introduce myself at first. My name is Abhisek. I'm working with Nihilent Limited and Nihilent Analytics Limited. So I'm the HR head of Nihilent Analytics Limited and also the managing HR for Nihilent Limited Kolkata office. So I'm managing the HR function of the organization and as well as the RMG and LND head for Kolkata office. Now, Nihilent is a software development service company, I would say consulting company. We are a CMMI level 5 organization and we have our headquarter in Pune. Apart from that, our offices are located in US, UK, multiple locations in US, in Australia, South Africa, and India. We have our office other than Pune in Chennai, in Mumbai, and in Kolkata. So we are a CMOI level 5 company. The total employee strength in our organization would be around 3,000. So we are into technology, consulting, and analytics as well. So now this session we have scheduled just to give you guys an idea about the industry, about the new skill sets you should learn. Because one thing is for sure, guys, after this COVID-19 breakup, the dimension of the industry is going to change. There would be a lot of new things will be coming up. A lot of old things will be gone, but we need to be ready for that change. And that's the primary reason I would like to conduct this session because you would be completing your B.Tech degree within the next 1 year or maybe 2 year. I'm not sure whether you are guys are in the all of you guys are in the third year or second year as well. But anyway, all of you are going to complete it within the next couple of years. But yes, the market is not going to be the same. So you may face some challenges in order to search new jobs, in order to get yourself placed. But on the other hand, you must not stop because obviously we need to be ready for the next step. We need to prepare we need to prepare ourselves for the next step, and that's most important. And that is the primary reason I'm going to conduct this session today. So the first point, what I would mention, you at first need to identify your potential and strength. So most of the cases what happens that we do not really identify our core potential. Every individual has a core potential, has a strength. Maybe someone of you can communicate well, someone of you can manage an event or coordinate the things well. Someone of you are very good in, negotiation. They can convince the people very well. But most of the cases, this potential or this core skill set come from different events, from different activities you conduct, and definitely that's the primary important thing we need to identify. Because if we do not identify our core potential and potential strength, then we will not be able to understand, what exactly, where we should nurture ourselves. And that is the most important thing because most of the cases we fail to understand ourselves itself. Now, there are a couple of ways to do that. Number one way, as I have mentioned earlier as well, by different events. If you are managing, say for example, a college fest, say for example, a small event at your family, then you will understand, yes, I can manage different, things in a very good, in a very effective way. But on the other hand, those are very, very casual approach to understand yourself. So I'll talk about a different approach here. So if you see, your potential is almost like a your potential, it's almost like a iceberg. So most of the potential skill sets are hidden. So the iceberg. If you have seen the Titanic movie, also you know the iceberg very well. So in an iceberg, what happens? Most of it is hidden. Only on tip of the iceberg is visible, and the same thing is applicable for our potential as well. Human being or human mind is a great source of talent, and it has many things inside you. But on the other hand, most of the time we don't even know what are the potential skills are hidden, because this is hidden inside us, and we don't even do something to understand those skill sets. Only a few or only a few skill sets are visible by your day-to-day activity. So how to understand what are my skill sets, what are the things where I can explore myself. So I will talk about some self-analysis tools, or I would say psychometric tools, which can be used to understand yourself. So couple of assessments I have mentioned here, because most of the assessments available in the market is not free, and definitely it will cost you. So that is the reason I have mentioned couple of important and popular tools which you can use to do this exercise. Number one is MAP assessment, which is known as motivational appraisal or personal career. So it is very much focused your career exploration. If you appear for that test, you will understand what are your career exploration, what are the things you will be interested in, what are the things you can explore, and that will help you also to understand about your career dimension. The next one is risk assessment. Risk assessment is something, it is a very popular personality assessment tool. So there are four categories that can be identified by using this tool, known as dominance, influence, static, and competent. So these are the couple of skill sets which is required to work in a team. So whenever you work in an organization or maybe part of an institute, it's very important to nurture your team capability. So how good you are as a team member, that personality assessment test will help you to understand that. Next one is Kaiser temperament sorter. It's a very extensive tool, but anyway, there are 70 questionnaires. But it will help you to understand what is your temperament, how good you are in your different personality type, what are the things you can do good, what are the things you do not feel that much comfortable. And the next one is human matrix or Jung typology test. Here you can understand four tools, that's extroversion, sensing, thinking, and judging. So whatever I'm talking about, it's not your software understanding or maybe your skill set. I'm talking about very much human behavior. What are your soft skills, what are your thought process, what are your behavioral aspect, that I'm talking about. And I will provide the link of all these assessments. So after this session, maybe you can very well go through any of the link, appear for the test, try to understand yourself. And it will help you to understand what is your weak area, what is your strength. Because in an interview, you have seen very often this question comes up: what are your strengths, what are your weakness? So by appearing in this assessment, you will understand that very well and definitely can utilize the same information later. So the next slide is actually a small screenshot of Zoom typology test. So these are the couple of questions you will get if you appear in that test. It's free of cost. You please appear in that test and try to understand yourself at first, because that is the first step. If you search a job and if you want to build a career and want to develop yourself to be ready for the market. The next one is very important. You have understood yourself. Now you need to understand the market. The market means I'm talking about the industry where we all of us are operating. So, need to identify the actual market requirement. There is a legacy that, most of us, we always think in a conventional way. Or I would say, people, if you are looking for a software job, I have seen most of the time people talk about Java, .NET, DB, the conventional technology. Same thing is applicable for people who want to go for other core sectors like civil or electronics or electrical. But have we ever tried to understand what market is looking for? We complain that we are not able to successful to crack an interview, or there are no requirement in the market. But actually that information is not correct, because most of the cases what happens, we fail to understand what is the requirement of the market. We are a product. We need to sell ourselves during the interview. If we are not fulfilling the demand of the market, you will not be able to successful. How many of you guys right now, before this COVID-19 situation, was watching Doordarshan? No one, right? Because Doordarshan failed to provide you the kind of entertainment you guys are looking for. most of the cases the youngsters they're coming out of the conventional entertainment medium and going for web series and other applications. Why? Because the market demand is like that. You can, the app has understood the market demand. The similar way you also need to understand the market demand and you need to change yourself as per the market demand. So what do you need to understand? What are the rules? What are the skill sets that is required for the market? And based on that, you need to prepare yourself. So I will give you a snapshot. What are the new skill sets that is required in the market? You know, so you can see there are couple of things that is coming up right now in the market. One is robotics, artificial intelligence, machine learning, virtual reality, 5G integration, electronic cars, self-driven cars. So if you talk about automobile industry is suffering like anything. But the automated cars are actually the next step because most of the cases people are not going for the conventional things, drone technology. So these are the couple of things that is right now. If that now it's definitely going to come up in the market. But are we ready for that? Have you ever done anything to be ready for these changes? If not, then yes, you need to make yourself ready for that because if you do not do something about it, then it will be impossible for you guys to to make yourself ready for the market. And that's the primary target for any fresher student, for anyone who is making yourself ready for the market. Now, the next question is definitely how to do this, how to learn new technology, how to learn new tools, how to be ready for the market. So the answer is learning. Obviously, you need to learn. Your conventional B.Tech degree or whatever degree you are in is just an eligibility criteria. You would be eligible to appear for the interview. That will not make yourself different from others. So what you need to do? Online learning. There are multiple platforms. There are multiple tools available in the market which actually helps us to learn new things. Continue our learning. So the myth is most of the online learning platforms are very expensive, but that's not correct. Most of the online platforms are actually free, and now in this COVID-19 situation, most of them are actually offering it without any cost. So you can very well learn the things. Yes, certification will cost you, but if you learn and if you know how to use it, most of the cases certification is not at all mandatory. So learning is important. Certification is an additional thing. It's not mandatory. So learn the skills which is demand and which is actually trending. And another important part I would like to mention here, do not try to learn everything and anything. Sometimes what happens, one person is learning artificial intelligence, robotics, DevOps, Python, everything. But if you are doing that, then actually you are not creating any specialization. And that's very dangerous. So what you need to do, you choose any one of the skill set which you think you would be comfortable or you are also interested and try to complete as much as course possible, and not only completion of the course but also try to complete some demo projects as well. Say for example, for data science, AI and ML, there is a there is a demo project website known as Kaggle where you can where you can register yourself, get some demo data and complete some projects. And once you complete these courses, complete these demo projects, mention that in your resume. So definitely, it will help you to make yourself different from others, to be ahead in the market and to be ready for the market demand. Now, the next thing is what are the online learning platforms? EDX, Coursera, Udemy, Khan Academy, Udacity. There are multiple platforms right now available. So, guys, please go through this because a lot of these platforms are right now offering the courses free of cost because of the COVID-19 situation. The learning platforms are mostly offering it without any cost. So, try to utilize it as much as possible. In the next slide, I have actually mentioned what are the skill sets required for 2020 and beyond. I would say maybe for the next 5 to 10 years. So I have divided it into two parts. One is the generic skills. Generic skills, I'm talking about the human skills, your soft skills, your behavioral skills. And there is obviously the software tools, because now you understand the online virtual interaction, online virtual mode will would be more, because this is the you guys have not, I believe, attended that much of online virtual classes prior to this situation. But this thing is not going to be end here. There would be more requirement like this. So definitely software skill is also very important, irrespective of in which industry you are working. Maybe you are in manufacturing industry, automobile industry as well, but still you need the basic software understanding. So what are the generic skills that would be required for the new generation? Guys, understand, the next generation is AI and ML, robotics. So obviously, we need some skill set which is cannot be generated or cannot be replicated or cannot be done by AI and ML. Human skills, very specific human skills. What are those? Creativity, people management, coordination, emotional intelligence, judgment and decision making, service orientation, negotiation, and cognitive flexibility. Try to understand, none of the skill set cannot be replicated by using an AI ML software or by using robotics technology. Robots have done does not have creativity. They cannot make decisions. They cannot coordinate. They cannot negotiate. But as a human being, you can do that. And if you have any one of the skill sets or couple of skill sets, definitely you are very well, ahead in the market, and that will definitely help you to be successful as a professional. What are the software skills now? So the number one software skill is Python. You guys have heard about Java. You guys have heard about .NET, VB. But believe me, right now the one skill set that is going to rule in the market is Python. Why? Because number one, it's an open source platform. You guys are also can register in Python and can start using it because it's open source. No license needs to be there in order to use that. Next point, Python is being used on AI and ML development, infrastructure development, and data analytics. So that's why for all the latest projects, Python is being used. It's very easy to use in a code which can be written in Java for 2 3 pages. The same code can be written in Python only in 2 3 lines. The other skill sets are React, Angular, machine learning, and IoT, and Amazon, AWS, and Azure. So I'm talking about the cloud technologies. Why cloud technologies? Because you understand right now the kind of webinar session or web section we are hosting now. This is absolutely using cloud technology. So if you are very good in cloud technology, then you can't stop you. I will give you a small example of my last year experience actually. I was looking for two positions, cyber security specialist and a cloud specialist fresher for our organization. What was the requirement? I was simply looking for a person who has a certification in ethical hacking for cloud security and and maybe an AWS or Azure certification for cloud technology. But believe me, my friend, I have gone through around 2 to 300 students' profile, fresher profile. None of them had that skill. So the similar thing is applicable for other organization as well. But if you have the certification, if you have that technology knowledge, then definitely it will help you to get your dream job. So, say for example, Amazon AWS is actually free to use. You can very well register to the Amazon.com and start using AWS and learn AWS without any cost. It's free to register, free to use as well. Same thing is applicable to Azure. Microsoft organize daily classes, online virtual sessions in order to learn Azure. Only thing, certification can cost you, but learning is again free. You can learn it directly from Amazon, directly from Microsoft. But the question is, are you guys doing that? If you are not doing that, start doing that right away. And definitely, I can give you a guarantee it will help you to get your dream job as without any hazard. And things would be very smooth. Now, the next question is, learning is important, but another point is positive frame of mind. Because if you do not have a positive frame of mind, if you do not understand, how to keep yourself motivated, then it's very difficult to be successful. And particularly in this difficult time, when things are not looking normal, when things are very much erratic, you are locked down in a room, in a house or in a room, and not able to interact socially. But yes, guys, you can definitely interact socially by using online platforms. By you can learn different things. It's an opportunity when you can prepare yourself for the next step. So read as many as leadership books, or different books that will motivate you in this period, and this will help you to understand how the leaders think. Another thing, I would suggest, try to listen to TED Talks, because TED is actually a platform which is being used by most of the readers, and it's actually very much useful to understand how the leaders are thinking. So Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, Jack Ma, all of them have the session in TED Talk, and they talk about I will show you how the TED Talk app is looking. So this is the TED Talk app. You can download it in your phone, and can it's just similar to YouTube. So YouTube is for entertainment. This is for learning. This is for motivation. This is for inspiration. So try to learn different different motivational talks or different motivational speech delivered by the industry leader. It will help you to understand how the industry leaders are thinking. Join the webinars of different organizations being scheduled, because right now in this COVID-19 situation, a lot of organizations are scheduling webinars. It's free to join. Register yourself, join those webinars, track down the important useful points, and believe you can do it. And that's very important. Believing in yourself. The next one is communication. Communication means, guys, not good English communication skill. You can have a very good English communication skill with a very good accent, maybe with very good vocabulary knowledge, but still, if you do not follow the framework, if you do not follow the, if you do not follow the framework, if you do not know how to close the cycle of the communication, it would be impossible for you to be a good communicator. So even if you are not able to speak properly in English, if you have some MTI, guys, it's good. It's okay. If you have an MTI, you are Bengali, Bihari, Oriya, whatever it is, you can have that, and that's not a problem. People understand. People have certain restrictions, certain limitations. So don't concentrate too much if you are not have a good communication skill in English, but try to follow the cycle. It's a framework. It's a mind. It's a thought process. So I'll show you in the next slide the framework of communication. So communication means make yourself known. If you greet others, if you speak in a positive manner with others, if you educate yourself with others, if you establish how to communicate, if you provide the carryover activities and follow up, then only your communication cycle is completed. I'll give you a very small example. My manager has given me a task, and now I am facing some challenges. So now what I need to do? So so now what I need to do? I need to ask questions. What are the things I should do? Then based on that, I will start my work. And then once it has been done, or maybe it's not done, 70%, 80% of the things been done, I will communicate the same. And then even if it is done, I will always ask for my feedback that yes, have I done the right thing, what you were looking for? The same thing is not applicable for your college project, for your communication, your family life, everywhere. And you believe me, if you communicate in following this pattern, then only you would be considered as a good communicator. Because if you do not communicate but following that cycle, you have an excellent communication skill in English, it doesn't matter. Because communication is a framework. It's not only your English speaking capability. Now the next step is personality and body language, or I would say non-verbal communication. Non-verbal communication means what? Your body language. A lot of time, you do not need to communicate or verbally. Your body language, your expression actually talks about yourself. I'll give you a very basic example. Animals, they don't talk, they can't communicate with us, but they have a very strong non-verbal communication. If you have a pet in your house, you understand how dogs or how cats, they communicate with us by their expression. Similar thing is applicable to the human being as well. If you are working in an organization, a big organization or an institute, most of the time you do not communicate with everyone. Maybe a very senior person in the organization do not communicate with you. It's not possible for him. But on the other hand, he or she can watch you, can see your body language. And if you do not maintain a positive body language, a proper gesture, then it will actually give a negative impression about you. Another example, you are appearing for an interview and you are, actually, going inside the interview room. Your body language, your expression would be judged. And if you have a very negative body language, very, casual approach, then things will not go normal. People will have a bad impression about you. So maintaining a proper body language and personality is very important to be successful. To see this slide, you will understand, you cannot see the face. They are not speaking as well, but from their expression, you can understand what they are trying to say. First one, they want to say something. The second one, he is joyful, he is very happy. Fourth one, frustrated. So all this expression actually talks about the person, even if you are not communicating. So maintaining a positive kind of posture, a positive non-verbal communication is very important. The next part, or another important part, searching job and network. Because one point is for sure, as I have mentioned at the beginning of my presentation, the market demography is going to change. So, there is no question the market would be same and job search would be the same as usual. So, campus placement definitely will happen for you guys. I am hopeful, things should be normal for you guys as well. But on the other hand, will you only depend on the campus placement? Will you only depend on the things, which will be organized by the college? No, you also need to prepare yourself search for your dream job, because campus placement most of the time what happens, it's a very generic format. So people hire a group of students, then they provide training, and after the training, then they will allocate you to different projects. But if you're looking for something very specific, say for example you are looking for a career in cloud technology, artificial intelligence, machine learning, then you need to appear for different off campus interviews, different, other interviews organized by the different organization. But the question is, how will you get the information? Because most of the cases in the portal, those informations are not available, and you can very well create a CV and upload in the portal, but most of the cases the portal is, not sufficient enough to get your job. So what is the magic? The magic is networking. You need to reach out to the right people. You need to search intelligently, because it's an art. It's not only a process, it's an art. So how to do that? Definitely now it's an era of social network. So be visible in the social network. So there are multiple groups in Facebook. Though you are up in Facebook, I know most of the guys who upload your, pictures and your personal details, but be an active member of different communities, different groups, where you will get the information about different fresher drives, about different campus off-campus placement drives. Be a part of it. Create a very good profile in LinkedIn. Now you will ask me a question. I do not have a job experience. How can I have a proper profile in LinkedIn? So guys, in LinkedIn, your experience is one of the point where you can mention the thing. But other than that, there are multiple sections where you can mention your profile. Say for example, you can mention about your skill set. What are the new technologies you have learned so far? What are the different publications or different presentations you have prepared so far? Upload it into your profile and showcase yourself. It can be related to anything. It can be related to you, cloud technology, artificial intelligence, whatever is your interest area. But try to prepare those materials. It can be a publication material, it can be a presentation, it can be some form of write-up, You can be a part of different volunteer organizations. Sometimes what happens, people part of different volunteer organization like a event management company, like an NGO. So if you are a part of it, if you are already doing something, if you are not, try to do something related to that, dedicate at least 1 or 2 hours in that and mention that in your LinkedIn profile. Because if you are already have done something as a freelancer or on a part-time basis, definitely any hiring manager, recruiter or an organization would be interested in that profile. That means you have not only completed your study as usual like others, but also have concentrated a lot in developing yourself as an individual. And that's very important for any organization. People will love to have a person who already have done something and apart from your day-to-day study. So that's very important. You prepare yourself by involving yourself in all these activities. Now, the next question is obviously whenever you are searching for a job, uploading your profile, you need to prepare your CV and the cover letter as well. So, how do you prepare your CV? So, most of the cases, what I have seen, whenever people appear for a campus interview, they prepare their CV in a very generic format. All the time students are coming, they have the same format, same information. Only the name is different, father's name is different, address and phone number is different. Do you really think that will make you different from others? Can anyone identify you in that way? No, because in that way, if you if you really if you really prepare your CV, that will not help you to make yourself distinguished from other. So how to do this? You prepare your CV in a different format. Try to create the CV in a different format. Search in Google, search in different search in in different other areas. There are multiple portals or websites available where you will get different CV format, different template of CV. Try to follow that. And as I have mentioned earlier as well, learn different skills, complete different demo projects, be part of different NGO or different other activities, and be a freelancer, whatever it is. Mention that in your CV because the primary important point is whenever a recruiter or a hiring manager is looking at your CV, they are not looking at your name, they are not looking at your degree. They are not even looking at your, their marks. They are looking at your skill set. They are looking at your extracurricular activity. When we search in a portal or we search in a online platform, we always search by mentioning the skill sets, by the technologies. So if you know Azure, if you know AWS, if you know machine learning, if you know DevOps, you mention that your CV properly, highlight that because that will be helpful for you to be eligible for a new job interview. Now, how to do this? So, at first, you understand what are the skill sets you would like to learn. Prepare a checklist, learn all those things through different online training platforms. Then prepare your CV, increase your network, create a proper LinkedIn profile, connect with the industry leaders like different HR and different industry leaders in that technology. I know almost if you send 100 invitation, only 5 or 6 of them will accept your invitation. Fine, that's okay. If they are accepting your invitation, it's it's okay, only 5 or 6 of them would be accepting at least even in that way. Gradually, if you religiously send invitation to different person, at the end of couple of months, you will see you have a very good network. And from that network, you are getting regular information. Most of the cases, there are multiple examples where, a lead or a project manager of an organization posting an information on LinkedIn about a possible opening in his or her organization or maybe a drive in another organization which is not mentioned in the portal anywhere in the website, but you will get that information by using your network. So try to create your network as early as possible. Now the next and the last point what I would like to mention is professionalism. Now obviously the question can come as a student why I would concentrate in professionalism. because professionalism is not only required when you are a part of the organization, it starts from the day when you will be appearing for the interview, or maybe you are preparing for the interview as well. So professionalism is actually nothing but certain qualities or certain behavior that you will demonstrate as a person. So I would mention couple of points or couple of behavioral qualities which you can demonstrate to look professional. Number one is definitely your appearance. How you dress up yourself, how you maintain yourself, how what is your body language, how you talk, how you speak, your reliability, your competence, your ethics, your etiquette, telephone etiquette, and also your written correspondence. Now, one thing is for sure. Now in this new upcoming situation, I know a lot of companies would be conducting Skype interview, telephonic interview, and different other online mode of interview. So obviously, whenever that thing is going to happen, you need to demonstrate a very good telephonic etiquette. So what is that? At first you need to greet someone whenever you are speaking with a person. You need to you need to also communicate, or you need to continue the conversation in a right manner, and also in the communication in a positive tone. So these are the couple of ways you can maintain a proper telephone etiquette. There are multiple materials available online which will help you to understand how to maintain a proper telephonic etiquette. Sometime organization may ask, different written correspondence, like write down a project, write down something about your thought process. So written correspondence also is going to be very important, and you should be ready for that. So in this slide, you can understand, how your journey of transformation will begin now. So the first one is showing your appearance, or how you look like when you are in your college days. But whenever you want to be a professional, when you want to be a part of the industry, your appearance, your body language, everything should change. It's not a one-day process. It's a transformation which will start and which will be completed over a period of time. If you will learn one by one on a day-to-day basis. So if you start learning it, if you start practicing it right now, if you start your journey at this point of time, and you will be appearing in your interviews or in your campus interview, or you will try for other, off-campus drive, you will see, yes, you are absolutely ready, because opportunities will not knock at your door multiple times. It will knock at your door only couple of times, and you need to be ready for that. And your journey will start now. Your preparation for that journey will start now. Now that's over as of now. So I will stop my presentation